Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting, captivating, stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What items will I be unboxing? What items will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to elicit the box. What items are encompassed inside this bulky, hefty, tangible, nifty box? Let's find out. I'm going to demystify the answer to that inquiry right here, right now, so bear with me. It'll only take me billions of picoseconds to extract the items from the box and subsequently flaunt them from the camera for you to feast your glorious eyes on. Here we go. The unboxing process is about to commence. The unboxing process is officially underway. What items are obscured by these plastic bags? Let's find out. We have a plethora of Dragon Ball Z figurines. These are action figures, of course. First up is a notorious, infamous, sadistic, savage, legendary Captain Ginyu. I used to possess this figurine. Now I have reacquired him. What are my gripes appertaining to this figurine? Well, they haven't changed in over half a decade. He lacks finger joint articulation. He lacks a diaphragm joint. He cannot perform an ankle pivot. His knees and elbows are not double jointed. His head is not relegated to a disc joint. Rather is relegated to a ball joint. I love how he's adorned with armor. I love his sculpt. I love his hues. I love his textures. I love his shadings. I love his overall design. He truly embodies Captain Ginyu. I love his facial expression. He looks deranged. He looks like he's poised for combat. You can push this little button in the back to trigger his hack and slash arm action. It's supposed to emulate him launching energy blasts rapidly at his opponents so he could disintegrate them and blow them to smithereens. He's a bit loose at the torso. The integrity of his waist has been compromised, so it's not the end of the world, but it does agitate me a bit. His body's not hollow. He's lacking peg holes in the bottom of his feet. I love the horns that protrude out of his head. I love this character's novelties. Let's move on. Does the other character have arm maneuver in action? Let's find out. We have 3 other figurines that are encompassed within this bag. Of course, we have Super Saiyan Goku. He's so minute. I love how the figurine has fisted hands. My main gripes appertaining to this figurine are that he's short in stature and that he lacks articulation in the finger joints and in the toes, as well as in the diaphragm. So it's a salient issue. It's a calamity, but there's nothing I can do about it. I can't amplify his height, nor can I install new joints into his body. I'll just have to cope with the circumstances that I broke. Hopefully these dire situations do not befall upon you. Here's Broly. Again, he's just too feeble in this form. He doesn't have enough bulk. He's not very hefty. He has an open hand as well as a fisted hand. I'm unsure if he can swap out his hands. He most likely can. Unlike the Captain Ginyu action figure, he can move his arms outwards and inwards. His legs can also be moved outwards and inwards. His articulation trumps the articulation of the Captain Ginyu figurine, but he just looks too scrawny. He doesn't look very menacing. He doesn't look very intimidating. He looks rather meek for a Broly action figure. I mean, even this female, I believe her moniker's Launch. He doesn't even go up to well, he goes up to her waist. I'm not even sure if he goes up to her hips. He probably doesn't even go up to her hips. So, does this look like a monster to you? Does this look like the notorious, legendary, robust, infamous, deadly, diabolical, menacing, malicious, dominating, abusive Broly? No. This is just a pitiful version of Broly, in my opinion. Why? He's just so minute. His sculpt depicts a modicum of Broly's epicness. I prefer the Broly figurine that's at least 8 inches tall. Unfortunately, his hand just came off. I now lost it. Hopefully I can retrieve it. So, integrity of his appendage has been compromised. It's quite a shame and it's quite a pity. So, here's Bandai's 3.75 inch Broly, which I'm not fond of. It doesn't tickle my fancy in the least bit. It was an asinine decision for me to buy the lot. I definitely have qualms about it. Next we have Bardock. His hand is missing. I'm not sure what happened. I doubt it fell. Oh, it fell to the bag. I need to reattach it. I need to remedy the issue. He doesn't have two-fisted hands. He's just so minute and short in stature. My complaints appertaining to Bardock are the same issues that I have with the Super Saiyan Goku and the Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan figurine. They're just so minute. They're just so minuscule. If these figurines were upscaled, if their heights were amplified, and if they had sturdier joints, they would have so much more intrinsic value. Articulation-wise, they're phenomenal. However, height-wise, they're slacking. If each inch is supposed to represent a foot of the character's height, it just doesn't make any sense, as these figurines are 3.75 inches. Goku, Broly, and his father. Goku, his father, Bardock, and the legendary Super Saiyan Broly are not shorter than 4 feet. They're not 3 feet 7.5 inches tall, or 3 foot 7.5 inches tall. Broly is at least 6.5 feet tall, if not significantly taller. Goku is close to 6 feet tall, and Bardock is close to 6 feet tall. They're not 3.75 feet tall, so they should at least be 6 inches tall. Here's Frieza. Before I showcase Frieza, let me just flaunt these figurines in front of the camera one more time. Actually, I just want to see how many more figurines I have left in the lot. Alright, I guess I'm going to see here. I'm just going to briefly showcase the final form Frieza figurine, and once that has been completed, then I'll desist from recording, take a break, and then commence part 2 of the unboxing in a future video. I'm dehydrated and famished. I need something to quench my thirst. Alrighty, I love this version of Frieza. I detest the fact that he only has one eye opened. I also detest the fact that he lacks finger joint articulation. One of his appendages is unequivocally loose. It has come off the ball joint. It's quite a shame and quite a pity. Let me just showcase him. Again, his joints are not relatively sturdy, just like the other figurines. The Captain Ginyu has a loose torso. The 3.75-inch figurines have loosened hands that can easily become severed. This figurine does not even have a leg that can remain intact if you slightly move it. It's a real shame and quite a pity. I love their sculpts, I love their textures, I love their hues, I love their designs, I love their deco. The only issues that I have with these figurines are the lack of finger joint articulation, the lack of height, and the loose joints. So if those 3 issues could be rectified, then I would be a happy consumer. But I guess I can't complain too much. I paid less than $60 to procure these figurines. So once again, here's Bardock with the loose joints, Goku with the loose joints, Broly, Captain Ginyu, and Frieza in his final form. So once again, I can't honestly recommend procuring these figurines. I need to be blatantly honest with you guys. I need to be candid. I need to express my candor, and in order to do so, I need to pinpoint their flaws and their shortcomings. Their joints are loose. They do not scale eminently well with a prodigious 6 or 7 inch action figure line. The only figurine within the law to has some height is Captain Ginyu. The rest are just eminently short in stature. They also lack articulation in their finger joints. They lack ankle pivots. They lack diaphragm joints. So they could utilize more points of articulation. They could utilize sturdier joints, and they could utilize more height. They could also utilize more plastic. They should be a bit heftier and bulkier. They're just too scrawny and slim. They should definitely be thicker. If they were thicker, that would be ideal. It would truly accentuate their physical prowess. Dragon Ball Z characters are supposed to have defined muscle tones. They're supposed to have large biceps. They're not supposed to be dainty, feeble, or puny. They're supposed to be intimidating and menacing. They're supposed to have fortitude and zeal. They're supposed to be valiant, noble, and heroic. They're not supposed to be pitiful. So those are my final thoughts. I hope your sentiments appertaining to these figurines are not as negative as mine. You do not need to harp on negativity. You do not need to ever dwell on negativity. You do not need to ever wallow in negativity. You can if you choose to, but I have a negative outlook now. I hope that changes in the future, but maybe it won't. Maybe it will never be rectified, who knows. But these figurines do not eminently appease me, but maybe the remainder of the lot will render this purchase and decision a worthwhile purchase and decision. So off the get-go, I'm a bit agitated. I'm a bit infuriated. In hindsight, I would have paid even less than $60 for the lot had I known what they truly look like in person. But from my perspective, these figurines definitely don't warrant a premium price, so abstain from buying them, desist from buying them, neglect to buy them, save your finite monetary assets, and earmark your money for another purchase. Now for the purchase of puny DBZ figurines that lack sturdy joints and that lack articulation in so many areas. Thanks for watching. I hope that you found this video to be enthralling and insightful. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.